to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could we have a roll call of members?
Mr. Johnston, Mr. Francis, Mrs. Irwin Adams, Dr. Malloy,
Here.
Mr. Hoff, Mrs. McGinnis, Mr. Mignon, Mr. Greenwood, Mr. Cook.
I'd like to announce that prior to this meeting, we had an executive session to discuss personnel issues. Okay, at this time, we'll turn it over to Mrs. Fowler-Foreman.
Good evening. Tonight we want to recognize two individuals for service to education. I'm going to introduce Mr. Fred Martinuska and Fire Chief Rusty Schoenfeld. If the two of you would like to come up here, that would be great. Since 1984, the Altoona Area School District has used American Education Week to recognize citizens in our community who have positively impacted the educational process in our schools. After tonight's presentation, 133 individuals and/or organizations will have received the Service to Education Award. Each will receive a plaque, a small token of our appreciation, which reads, "By word and deed, your presence has enriched the lives of students and served as an example for all." This year, we recognize two individuals through their partnerships, they have strengthened not only our school, but us as a community. So at first, I want to start with Mr. Fred Martinuska. Fred is an Altoona Area High School greeter and part of our Altoona Police Services Department since August of 2017. He is one of the first people to interact with anyone entering the high school. He is a true professional. He builds a rapport with the students and knows many of them by name. Fred is alert to detail and fully understands his role in keeping our students and staff safe on a daily basis. He is always eager to assist with any assignment, and like all the personnel in our police services department, he can be seen at most events and after-school activities. Fred's commitment goes beyond his day duties. He takes an active interest in the students he has gotten to know over the years. Many times he's at events on his personal time just to support the kids. He and his wife, Gail, will regularly attend our board meetings just to stay informed. And it was Fred who volunteered his assistance at Prospect Pool this summer when Central Blair Park and Recreation asked for assistance. Fred's here tonight with his wife, Gail, and let's welcome him and show some appreciation for the things that he's done for the Altoona School District. Next, I want to introduce Logan Township United Fire Department Chief Rusty Schoenfeld. Each year, the local fire departments participate in October's Fire Safety Month. It's the time of year to remind families to review their fire safety plans and in the unfortunate event of a fire. It is during this month that the local fire departments spend the better part of the school day at each of our elementary schools, plus Learning Express, educating the students on fire safety and building relationships with emergency personnel. 7 years ago, the Logan Township Fire Department attained a mobile fire safety center that became an integral part of their school-based program. This mobile safety center provides hands-on learning experience that makes the fire safety message more effective and relevant to students. One side is designed to stimulate a kitchen for a fire prevention lab lesson, and the other side is bedroom-like with simulated fire smoke where students practice stop, drop, and roll, and learn how to get lower than the smoke and crawl out of the door safely. Chief Schoenfeld has been integral to obtaining this mobile unit and works collaboratively with the Altoona Fire Department in bringing the fire safety message to our students. The Logan Township United Fire Department is a strictly volunteer department comprised of neighbors dedicated to serving one another. Chief Schoenfeld, also a volunteer, is employed as a nurse at the UPMC Altoona. His commitment to educating students in fire prevention is one to be recognized. It was only this year that I realized that he took 10 vacation days in order to do the school visits, which is an exemplary to his dedication to the schools. So for that, we say thank you and for bringing such an important message to our students.
Thank you.
Regular photo.
This time we'll hear from citizens. Anybody wishing to address the board, please come to the microphone, state your name, and if you live in the school district. Okay, seeing nobody addressing us, Dr. Prieto.
Good evening. I would like to make a clarification comment. On October, we did at our CAL, we are discussing facilities, transportation, capital projects, and the budgetary impacts thereof. If you go to PDE's website, you can pull down every school district in the state's annual financial report. You can pull down the statistics and the numbers. We pulled a report, and the reports we pull were all inclusive of all expenses. And we did that for a reason, because we were specifically addressing capital projects, facilities, improvements needs, et cetera, costs, et cetera, and how our total costs relate to school districts of our size and to other school districts in the county. The one piece that occurred when we pulled down statistics is it appeared that Hollidaysburg and Bellwood were extremely high in their cost per student. And that's because of an anomaly that occurs because of the GASB requirements and GASB's, the accounting rules we have to follow as school districts. Both Hollidaysburg and Bellwood did bond refinancing in that year that we used, the 2021 school year. Because of that, in Hollidaysburg's situation, there was an $18 million addition because they refinanced $18 million worth of bonds, which means that they sold $18 million worth of bonds. Originally they sold them, they bought them back, and then they reissued them. So when they refinanced the bonds, it appears as an $18 million on and an $18 million off, which is added right on top of the budget, which was the reason that Hollidaysburg appeared so high, and the same reason Bellwood appeared so high. Understand that next year, we're going to have the same situation when it comes to that raw number, because we refinanced $40 million in bonds in this past school year, and that will be on this year's AFR. That said, if you remove the anomalies, you find, and you retally all the data, you find that all the school districts in Blair County are in the bottom 10%. That's the bottom, 50, so it's the bottom 12% of the state school districts for cost per student expenditure. I just wanted to clarify that, because in an effort to educate our taxpayers, we are putting out stats and figures. I wanted people to understand the whole picture of those figures and how on occasion you have to look past the initial number to understand what is driving it in certain situations. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, on to the meeting. Finance. We have A, list of payments, B, the financial reports. No, we didn't. Let's go back to minutes. I missed something here. Okay, we have the minutes of the October 3rd, 2022 regular school board minutes. Is there a motion? Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Those in favor, respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? List of payments. We have, under finance, we have A, list of payments, B, financial reports, C, contracted services, ESS LPNs, D, contracted services agreement, E, honorariums. Is there a motion on those items? Is there a second? I'll second. Discussion. Those in favor, respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, policy. We have a number of policies for final reading, and you can see the list of them on the agenda. Is there a motion on these?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second? And is there discussion?
Can you tell me what changed with the organizational chart? Because there's no highlighted or black-lined items.
The only change would be a title change for it. Everything else is the same.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, those in favor, respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? 7, education. We have A, the MOU with Wilkes University and our school district. B, the revised MOU with Adult Education Southern Alleghenies Planning and Development Commission and our school district. C, the MOU between Reach Cyber Charter School and AASD Elect Program. D, the LaRocco Counseling Agreement. E, amended services agreement with Blair Therapies. F, the Altoona Area Junior High School Summer School Proposal. G, the Organ and Tissue Donation Awareness Program. H, elementary and secondary field trips. I, volunteer approval. J, an expulsion. We have a motion on those items. Is there a second? Discussion. Hearing none, those in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? So moved. 8, personnel. We have A, the personnel agenda. B, the education support professionals contract. Those 2 items. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
I'll second.
Discussion.
I have one thing. I think the SPOP should get, I know that, Dr. Pretel, when you were negotiating and you're trying to keep everything fair, but I think that they should get some portion of that pension bonus that everybody else got. Maybe not as much as everybody else, but I still think they should get something. I don't know if any other board members agree with me or not, but that's just how I feel.
I disagree with the whole retention for everybody that got it, so I'm not gonna vote for that. I'll vote for the contract, but I won't vote for retention.
My understanding, the board agenda has for the contract, it does not have for the bonus, retention bonus. And that would have to be a separate item. Okay, so any other discussion on those 2 items?
Yeah, the league event workers, under the personnel agenda, I asked Bill, and he said it's for the 6th grade. The 6th grade league? Okay. Okay, so, I mean, I've said this all along, but I am opposed to the amount of workers that we're hiring for those games. They're weekend games. where it's mainly just parents. There isn't even a student crowd to come and watch the games. So I don't know that we need a ticket seller, a ticket taker, and 2 people on crowd control. So I've brought it up before, but I'm just telling you all I'm a no on that. Because I think we're overdoing it on the amount of workers. I'm also a no on the athletic trainer, not because I don't agree with the person. I think he's done a fabulous job, but the salary's the sticking point for me.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay. Hearing none, those in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, the trainer. Okay. Number 9, business operations. A is the transfer of funds. B, a request for proposal for child care services. C, an energy contract. D, tax collection agreements. E, request for proposal for musical instruments. F, request for proposal for fitness equipment. G, the extension of our transportation contract. And I, capital reserve list of payments. J, our sports bid. Okay, H, the repository bids. Okay, is there a motion on all those items? Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? Okay, hearing none. Those in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? So moved. Facilities and maintenance. A, the replacement of windows at Penn Lincoln Elementary. B, the Mansion Park improvements, Phase 2. Okay, is there a motion on those items? Is there a second?
I'll second.
Discussion?
Would you be able to just briefly explain what the improvements are going to provide for Mansion Park?
The improvements to Mansion Park primarily are, we have to replace the structural I-beam in the front of the bleachers all the way across. All the metalwork connects to that I-beam as it goes down the front. It is in the point where it needs to be replaced. That's one piece of it. Second piece of it is handicapped ramps and handicapped seating areas the handicap ramps will be installed. Handicap seating areas will be expanded. That's the ADA piece. And the other is major sections of blacktop, which occur at the entrances and where the concession stand is on the away side, that will be replaced and redone.
And
Like-
currently what we have does not meet ADA requirements, correct?
Not even close. Did I miss anything, Doug?
Okay, so if we approved the base bid, would we take care of those necessities? Because I know the structural component is an issue and the ramps are an issue, but the base bid would take care of those, correct?
Walk through it, Doug.
Yes, the base bid would take care of the ADA items and the structural repairs. The others are items which have been on our list that we've been trying to repair over the years. For example, the paving inside the main gate. We've had 4 or 5 contractors look at it, and they've declined to give us a bid because they say it has to come out entirely. We just can't put 2 inches of pavement down over top of it and have it survive. Alternate 2, which is remove and replace handrail and the chain link fence along the front, is just so that you have a unified look, because you'll have these 2 new ADA ramps on the home side, 1 ADA ramp on the away side, and it will be brand new, and everything else that you see there would remain in its current condition. And then number 4, these R panels are vertical metal panels that replace what we call the skirt board, basically the front row, the feet of those people down to the ground. We presented that at Facilities Committee and gave the look of these metal vertical panels, which is like roofing material, sort of has that same look. And that was the option that the Facilities Committee chose.
No, the purpose with those panels, we do not want the underneath of the bleachers to be open. We don't want kids running around under there, let alone if we just chain link fenced it, all the trash and stuff that would accumulate there, and it would be an issue. So for the sake of creating a unified project, we added that skirting to the bid. Also, the railing, having it look consistent and having all the rails across the front be the same, and have it not just be a patchwork quilt of old and new. If we're going to invest this money in the stadium, we want it to look right. We just don't want it to look like, oh, we got cheap. And those two aren't major costs in the long run of the project either.
Except they didn't put that on. They didn't put on 4 and 5.
Right.
Which is the alternate we put on for the skirting.
I think they all relate to
Oh, yeah, they are.
the third one.
4, 5, and 6 are mutually exclusive. Alternate 4, instead of these metal panels, it was just to put up chain link below, which you keep people from getting underneath there, but trash can still get in. We thought alternate number 5, which was just 3/16" diamond plate, which is similar to the material that's out there now, would be cheap. No, that was the most expensive option.
Doug, will this finish the Mansion Park project?
Yes, it will
Okay.
be the final piece.
I mean, we will still look at putting more ADA bathrooms on the visitor side, but we'll be doing that in-house as we did the other ADA bathrooms prior.
Okay.
Are the handicap bathrooms just down at the concession stand side, or do we have them at the other side?
We only have the 2 down by the concession stand side. The next thing we'll do is we'll put a handicapped accessible in the men's room on the visitor side, and handicapped accessible on the women's on the visitor side. That will be the next step.
Okay.
And then if we need more handicapped bathrooms, then we would look at the other end of the stadium. That would be the last phase.
Okay.
Okay, any other discussion? Those in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, so noted. Okay, number 11, new business. The election polling place agreement. B, junior classroom assistant. C, the ESS addendum. Do we have a motion on those items? Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion.
Tomorrow there is an in-service day for the teachers, and the students have the day off. And I plan to personally tour the district and take a look at how the polling's going, because the midterms seem to be it looks like it's going to be a reasonably well-attended election. Because I want to get an assessment. We have 5 buildings that are impacted: junior high, the high school, W&J, Logan, and McAuliffe Heights. Depending on the logistics, if it's going to work smooth enough, then maybe we can have school on the day of the elections. It's just, for right now, we're going to do at least 1 year. We moved the in-service day so that we wouldn't have an issue for this first time around. No, they're only going to be, they're going to have access to the vestibule or the lobby of the field house in both buildings. They'll have access to the cafeteria of W&J, and it'll be limited access. They will have access to the Logan lobby in front of the gym, where the bus loop is, will be right there. And McCullough Heights, I believe we're using the library, but they can use the lobby or they can use the library. They'll use the lobby tomorrow, but we would be able to move them into the library in the future. We cannot put armed security at the events. We can put unarmed security, but by law, we cannot. Like, I could not have Bill Peffer armed on those sites. That's not allowed. Right. That's the plan. Like I said, we will have that. Is there a reason why I should be concerned? I know what today's like, but I thought maybe a little history. You've been at this a little longer than I have. Okay. Thank you.
And over the years, I went to numerous polling places with my different political offices. And for the most part, everything runs very smoothly.
The ESS, we have an interpreter who is going on child rearing leave or FMLA leave. So we want to hire a sub. We're doing it at the hourly rate for an interpreter, and we have someone lined up, and this is how we're going to handle it and not violate their retirement.
Any other discussion on those items? Okay, those in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? So moved. Committee and student rep reports. Do we have any committee chair reports? Board president's report? Superintendent's report? Yes. D, the student representative, Caitlin?
Good evening. I would like to take a moment to mention some current and upcoming events in the Altoona Area School District. As fall sports are coming to a close, I would like to give thanks to all fall athletes, participants, and volunteers in fall athletics. I would also like to congratulate Mountain Lion football on their entrance into District 6 playoffs against Mifflin County this past Friday. Good luck to the team as they play State College this Friday. Another congratulations goes out to the Mountain Echo newspaper as they won a gold award from the Pennsylvania School Press Association for exceeding journalistic standards. Tomorrow, the district is holding a memorial wall dedication here at the high school. It will take place at 2:30, and the wall results from books written by students and teachers that tell stories of local veterans that have lost their lives. Later this week, on Thursday, November 10th, is the Senior Citizens Dance. It will be located in the high school field house from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Music will be provided by the high school jazz band, and refreshments will be provided. In the world of arts, the junior high school recently performed their fall play titled The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. The high school's fall play, titled Puffs, or 7 increasingly eventful years at a certain school of magic and magic, will be performed this Friday and Saturday. Tickets are available for general admission, $5 for students and $10 for adults. They are available in the school at the student store, online, and at the door 45 minutes before showtime. Come support Altoona's Performing Arts Club. Also approaching later this week is Juniata Gap's Elementary Day of the Arts on Thursday, November 10th. Various artists, musicians, presenters, and crafts will be available to teach elementary children various realms of the arts. Additionally, at Juniata Gap, author Alan St. Jean recently visited in order to teach the elementary students the writing process, as well as sharing his own passion for writing and reading. This is a wonderful opportunity for students to find interest in the language arts. Coming up later this month, on Thursday, November 17th, is the Voices of Altoona concert. This concert will feature over 100 vocalists from 4th through 12th grade, representing AAHS, AAJHS, and the 8 AASD elementary schools. The concert will begin at 7 p.m. and tickets will be sold for $3 at the door, starting at 6 p.m. Speaking of the elementary schools, elementary parent-teacher conferences will be held Monday, November 21st during the evening and Tuesday, November 22nd during the day. Exact times will be dependent on each elementary school, and students will not have school Tuesday, November 22nd or Wednesday, November 23rd. Junior high and high school students will still have school these days. Also that week, the high school will be holding their annual Turkey Bowl as a fundraiser for the junior and senior classes. Teams will pay an entrance fee to participate in this flag football tournament, and money will go to the junior and senior class. Exact details have yet to be determined. The high school is also having a holiday food drive. Non-perishable food items and paper products can be donated in order to make baskets to give to students in need this holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you, Caitlin. Excellent report. Okay, for information only, we have the new teacher induction program completion for 21-22. We have the B capital projects list of payments. C, the Altoona Symphony Orchestra holiday concert coming up. When's this coming up here? No. Okay, very good. The D, the Education Committee summary. E, the Facilities Committee summary. F, the Technology Committee summary. Okay, any questions to any of those committee members? Okay. Other comments? Employee union response? Hearing none. Middle management response? Solicitor? Okay.
I have one other comment, Frank, sorry.
Okay.
I just wanted to give kudos to the high school. I don't know which club or which advisors are putting it on, but tonight they're having an activities night and they're offering basketball and spike ball, volleyball, dodgeball tournament, all kinds of activities over at the field house. So if you noticed, it was crowded when you got here tonight. I'm just happy to see things returning to normal and them doing fun activities for the kids, so.
Just to echo that, their trunk or treat
I was just
for the
gonna say
local
that.
community last
that was
Monday
great.
Oh,
was
yeah.
extremely
Yeah.
successful.
That was great.
Caitlin, I don't know if you were there or not, but it was really well attended by the community. It was a terrific outreach. So kudos to the high school on that as well.
They put a lot of work into that, like the kids.
Thank you, I did see that too.
Okay, there are no other items on the agenda. Could we have a motion for adjournment? Yes. Okay, could we have a motion for adjournment? Second? Second, all in favor? Aye.